The phone vibrated once. That's how lines get crossed quietly. I stared at the screen until the words stopped being letters and became a soundless scream. The room didn't move. The clock didn't tick. Even my breath felt like it had been paused by an unseen hand. There are insults and then there are revelations disguised as jokes. This was the latter, a blade wrapped in laughter. I didn't reply. Silence has weight. I let it settle. The kitchen smelled like burnt coffee and lemon cleaner. Morning light cut across the counter like a verdict. I could hear my wife upstairs. The soft rhythm of her steps. The normality of a life that had just confessed to me without knowing it had done so. Outside, a neighbor laughed into a phone. Somewhere a door slammed. The world kept going, which felt personal. Her friend, gorgeous, yes, the kind of beauty that knows it, had always looked at me like I was a puzzle she could solve with a smile. I'd mistaken it for arrogance. Turns out it was ownership. The text wasn't an invitation. It was a receipt. At dinner that night, we sat across from each other like actors who'd forgotten their lines. She talked about work. I nodded at the right moments. Her phone buzzed once. She turned it face down. The clink of cutlery was too loud. The distance between us stretched until it hummed. I watched her hands. The ring I bought caught the light and threw it back like it was embarrassed. She didn't meet my eyes. She never does when she's lying. That used to be a quirk I found endearing. I used to fill in the gaps. For her, love makes you generous with blind spots. The betrayal didn't announce itself publicly. It didn't need to. It was everywhere. In the way she showered longer, in the sudden passwords, in the way my name sounded when she said it, lighter, like she was testing how it felt to let it go. I didn't explode. I didn't accuse. I didn't ask questions that would beg for lies. I swallowed it all and felt something die quietly inside me. Not love. Trust. Love can survive a lot. Trust is fragile. Once it cracks, it never holds water again. That night, I lay awake counting the small noises of a house that wasn't mine anymore. The refrigerator clicked on the pipe's side. My wife turned in her sleep and murmured a name that wasn't mine. It was the breaking point, not traumatic, final. I withdrew. People think silence is weakness. It's not. Silence is space. Space is where plans are built. I had leverage. I always did, I just never needed it before. I handled the finances not because I demanded it, but because she trusted me. I set up the accounts, paid the bills, optimized the investments. She called it boring. She called it safe. Safety is underrated, until it's gone. I started with small changes, invisible ones. I reviewed notifications, tightened permissions, documented everything, screenshots, statements, dates, patterns. I let the truth stack itself neatly. The more I learned, the calmer I became. Rage is messy. Clarity is surgical. Then I removed comfort. Her credit card declined at a cafe. Once she laughed it off, the second time she didn't. I canceled shared subscriptions, changed passwords, quietly updated beneficiaries. I moved my paycheck to a separate account she didn't know existed because she never asked. I watched panic bloom slowly like ink in water. Her friend, the gorgeous one, posted pictures, careless, tagging locations, a hand in frame that wasn't hers. The internet is generous to people who overshare. I didn't comment, I archived. Next came exposure, but not the kind that screams, the kind that whispers, into the right ears. I scheduled a meeting with a lawyer, calm, prepared. I didn't cry, I didn't plead. I laid out facts like chess pieces already my dame. He nodded respectfully. Professionals recognize discipline. Then I waited. At home, my wife circled me like an animal sensing a change in weather. She asked questions she didn't want answers to. I stayed kind. Kindness unsettles guilt. She started sleeping less, eating less. The affair thrives on fantasy. Reality starves it. The boyfriend, the one she'd been dating, lost his job. Not because of me, because consequences stack. He'd been careless at work, distracted late. I simply didn't stop the dominoes when they leaned. The gorgeous friend texted again, shorter this time, sharper. Fear hides behind humor until it can't. Replied with a single line, "We should all talk soon." They came apart fast after that. Affairs hate daylight. The final confrontation happened on a Sunday afternoon. Rain pressed against the windows like it wanted in. We sat at the same table where we'd planned vacations, where she'd once told me she felt safe. She cried, real tears. I let them fall. I didn't interrupt. When she finished, I slid a folder across the table, not thick, precise. Dates, messages, photos, account changes, a timeline of her own making. I know, I said. My voice didn't shake. That frightened her more than shouting ever could. She begged. Apologies poured out, frantic, unstructured. I waited until she ran out of words. Silence again. Heavy. Educational. I'm not here to punish you, I told her. I'm here to end this. Correctly, divorce papers followed. Terms were fair. Generous even. I don't believe in destroying people. I believe in removing access to myself. Her friend lost more than pride. Social circles close ranks when the truth is clean and the liar is loud. Invitations dried up. Calls went unanswered. Beauty fades when it's exposed as cruelty. When it was over, I stood alone in the house.